Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Chapter 1 Algebra 2 notes. This is Section 3, Solving Linear Equations. Again, there should not be any information in this section that you as an Algebra 2 student do not already know. All we're doing is reviewing how to solve linear equations. Now this will consist of some properties of equality and solving some equations. This is actually by far the longest section of Chapter 1 in terms of material that needs to be recovered and reintroduced to you as a review of Algebra 1. This section will consist of 6 videos, and here we go. So, solving linear equations consists of being able to convert between verbal and algebraic expressions. So our first video here will cover how to write an algebraic expression from a verbal expression. So for example, please do that. Write an algebraic expression for each verbal expression. 2 more than 4 times the cube of a number. So let's look at what we know there. When we see these words, more than, that indicates that we are adding. Then we have 4 times, that means multiply. That indicates that we're going to multiply. Then we have the cube. That's an exponent. And then finally we have of a number. That indicates a variable. So we'll use x for that. So 2 more than would be add 4 times the cube of a number. So we have x cubed is the cube of a number. 4 times that, and then 2 more than that. So 2 plus 4x cubed. Okay? So once again, we're going to look for those key words that we should know. 3 times, there's multiplication. The difference, that's subtraction. And then we have a number, which is our variable. Okay? Difference means subtract. We have to be very careful with our order. And then we have multiplication. So, 3 times the difference indicates that we have parentheses of a number and 8. So the difference of a number and 8 would be x minus 8. And then 3 times that would put parentheses around x minus 8 and put a 3 in front. Let's do a couple more examples and we'll finish up our first video. So same directions, write an algebraic expression for each verbal expression. We have the cube, that again means an exponent, specifically 3. Of a number, so there's your variable. Increased by 4. So increased by is our next phrase. That is a phrase that means to add. 4 times, so there's another phrase we should know. I haven't used pink yet. That's multiply. The same number. This is something we commonly see. That would be the same variable. So we have the cube of a variable, so x cubed, increased by 4 times the same number. So x cubed plus 4x. And finally, the quotient. Quotient is our fancy word for divide. And just like subtraction, we have to be careful that we do this in the correct order. Of 5 less than a number, so that's going to be our numerator, or the top of our division problem, and 12, which will be the bottom, our denominator. So again, in there we have a number, we have less than. These are key phrases that we should already know the meaning of. We're going to be subtracting, and we have a variable. Now this is part of the challenge of subtraction, is that if it says 5 less than a number, that is x minus 5. 5 less than a number. And we have the quotient of that and 12. So we should have x minus 5 divided by 12. That does it for the first video. See you in video 2.